Hi, this is Chris Brummel.
Okay, I didn't catch that. You were muted. Your name?
Luis Padilla.
Thank you. So you're charged with criminal damage, $10,000 or more. The state is recommending a bond of $5,000 with pretrial services supervision. And looks like you have a felony. We'll hear from the defense.
Judge, I just given the that he's already being held on bond, we just asked for a nominal bond on this case.
And your definition of nominal is?
I would say somewhere around $500.
Let's see. Let's hear from the state.
Your Honor, the state is requesting the $5,000 bond plus pretrial services. This was largely due to, let's see. Oh, goodness. I had his IA earlier, for a different alleged crime, Your Honor. But yes, this was the hit and run due to the damage. And I guess I don't have really more to add to that, Your Honor. The state is requesting the $5,000 bond. I apologize.
I'm going to set bond in the have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and don't drive without a valid driver's license. And no firearms or other weapons. Your court date is February 3rd at 1:30. The public defender is appointed to represent you. Your honor, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Good evening. What's your name, sir?
Dr. Anthony Potter.
Dr. Potter. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. You've got a couple of cases in Tucson City Court as well as one in Pima.
I was told I got mail that it was dropped.
Could you let me talk and you be quiet for a moment? Thank you. All right. As I was saying, you got a couple of cases in Tucson City Court. You missed court on October 29th. It was not dropped. You got an arrest warrant for not showing up. So why didn't you show up for court?
I was in treatment.
Okay.
Inpatient.
All right. And did you let the folks know that you were in treatment with it?
They said it, the people in the rehab says it's not their job and not their concern. And I can fuck off. Excuse my language, but that's what they told me.
I seriously doubt that they told you that, sir.
I want you to know they did.
All right. So tell me, when did you get out of rehab?
Out of rehab 3 weeks ago.
Let's see.
I stopped by city court and they said they don't have anything on record. So they might be bringing stuff back up. And I'm a chaplain for Superior Court.
I'm gonna hold you on a $300 bond. Previous conditions of release on the city court matters remain in effect. If you're still in custody by not having posted the bond, you will be video reviewed on February 3rd at 1:45. If you do post the bond, February 20th at 9:30 would be your in-person date at city court. I am appointing the city public defender to represent you. Any issues you have with it being dropped or whatever you believe, you can talk over with your public defender. You have also a warrant. You also have a warrant in Pima County Justice Court on a trespassing charge.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not going to hold you on that warrant. I'll note that you're being held by city court. Your court date at Justice Court is February 3rd, and that would be at 8:30. If you're still in custody on that date, then the folks at Justice Court will adjust the date. They'll have notice that you're being held by city court. You're excused. Did I just sign one? Or is there more than one page? No, just one. Okay. Hello, what's your name?
Serrano Aziz Bonds Wheeler.
Okay, you've got cases in Tucson City Court and in Pima County Justice, no, I'm sorry, South Tucson City Court. Let's see, you were cited for prescription only drug and obstruction. This was back in September. You failed to appear in court on October 30th. And you previously failed to appear on October 6th. And you got a second city court case. This is trespassing.
I don't remember that case.
Quietly. Trespassing, same set of failures to appear. So you don't remember this?
No,
Let's see. And what about your appearance in South Tucson City Court? You
I remember. I think I don't know.
you don't know, okay? All right.
I'll give it that way for your second round of written check, starting with ball and sergeant's written check, please. That's it, huh?
All right, city court. Prior conditions of release remain in effect, $200 bond. And we'll set a video review date for you for February 3rd. 1:45. If you bond out February 20th, in person court date, 2 p.m. And the city public defender is appointed to represent you.
Thank you.
And justice court, I'll note. Out on the cell as well. Okay, I didn't see that. But we'll make note of it. South Carolina City Court, I'm not gonna hold you on that. Your court date there is February 10th at 10 o'clock. And they will know about the other holds. So if you're still in custody, they will know it. All right, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Berryman,
Hello, what's your name?
J.D. Barry.
Okay. Okay, sir, you're charged with domestic violence criminal damage. This is from today. Let's see here. Okay, and you have a second file. This is a non-domestic violence criminal damage. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. You are not to have any contact with the non-domestic violence victim. You may have contact with the DV victim, no? And we're gonna release you with these conditions. Your court date is March 3rd, 1:30, and that will be at Tucson City Court.
Right.
All right. You're excused.
Thank you.
go out the door, have a seat, the mails. Jessica Marie,
Hello, what is your name?
Jessica Marie Engelhart.
So you're charged with domestic violence assault with injury and domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. Do not have contact of any kind with Brent Engelhart and stay away from his home and workplace.
Okay,
Okay, I'm releasing you from custody with those conditions. Tucson City Court date is March 3rd at 1:30.
okay.
You're free to go. You're excused.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Daniel Jose,
Go back down, have a seat.
Hello, what's your name?
No, Daniel Eugene Jose.
All right, Mr. Jose, looks like back in, the end of December, you were charged with 3 counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You were ordered not to have contact of any kind with the victims in that case, and also not to return to the residence. Today, you were cited for domestic violence, failure to comply with a court order in reference to that no return and no contact. And actually, you were cited twice today for that offense. So don't commit any acts of domestic violence. Do not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs. Do not have contact of any kind with Brenda Alman or Deborah Galvan, and stay away from the incident location / victim's residence and workplace. You get a one-time return visit if you haven't already exercised that with a police escort to get your belongings. Bond is set in the amount of 1,000. City public defender is appointed. Video review 145. If you bond out, March 2nd, 9 o'clock at Tucson City Court in person. You're excused.
Am I staying? Huh? Am I staying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shannon,
You move down, please.
Hello, what's your name?
Shannon Mae McLean.
All right, you were cited today for, no, you were cited back in December, December 30th of 2025 with failure to comply with a court order. And you were cited back in July of last year for the same type of offense. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, no firearms or other weapons. And you're not to have contact of any kind with Christy Villalobos. Obey the order of protection. $1,000 bond. Video review is scheduled for February 4th at 1:4.
Stay in order.
Hold on. And if you bonded out February 4th at 1:30 in person, though, same date. The city public defender is appointed to represent you. Any comments that you have about what happened and you didn't know, et cetera, you can explain to your public defender. You're excused.
Yeah, okay.
Jose,
Hello, what is your name?
José Manuel Maldonado.
Today, you were charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal violation, civil violations, jaywalking. It's like you have a probation hold. I'm gonna order that you not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs. And that you not return to the location of the alleged incident. I am gonna release you from custody on these charges. I'm also going to appoint the city public defender to represent you. And you're gonna have what is called a non-transport review, which will be February 13th at 9 a.m. Non-transport means that you're going to be in custody on your probation matter. You will not be transported to your city court date, though. the public. Excuse.
Randall.
Hello, what is your name?
Randall Bennett, Your Honor.
Mr. Bennett, you're charged with 3 counts of disorderly conduct. We're gonna order that you not have contact with the alleged victims, stay away from the incident location. You are not to possess any firearms or other weapons, no alcohol or illegal drugs. The state is recommending that I hold you on a $5,000 bond. We'll hear from the defense.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Bennett is 71 years old. He has no criminal history, level 1s all the way through. Again, no criminal history. He's been at the same address for 31 years, so pretty strong ties to Tucson. He wouldn't be a flight risk given the fact that his age and his lack of priors. He wouldn't be a continued danger to the community. We'd ask for release to pretrial services.
And we'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, the state can respect the fact that he has no criminal history. However, we can't guarantee that there will be no other incidents. And this crime involved minor children and the brandishing of a gun. So for those reasons, the state is recommending the $5,000 bond.
Thank you. Okay, I understand the state's concern. There's no guarantee of anybody's future behavior. I am going to release you the supervision of pretrial services, no firearms or other weapons, as I said, and no alcohol or illegal drugs. Stay away from the victims. Your court date is February 13th at 1:30. The public defender will be appointed to represent you. You're excused.
You're getting
Hello, what is your name?
Abigail Colmenero.
So you're charged with criminal damage greater than $3,000. We're gonna order no contact with the alleged victims, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and do not drive without a valid driver's license. The state's recommending a $5,000 bond. We'll hear from the defense.
Yes, Judge. Again, asking for release to pretrial services for Ms. Colmenero. I understand that this is a DUI and that she's underage, or at least according to, she's underage and the allegation is DUI. But again, she's only 19, no criminal history, level 1 pretrial services, 2 on the NCA scale, 1 on the FTA scale, and she does have family support of her dad who lives in Tucson, and so she would be able to make her court dates. So given her lack of criminal history and her age, we'd ask for release to pretrial.
All right, we'll hear from the state.
And Your Honor, a similar situation to the last defendant. It's a particular situation where we cannot guarantee the safety of the community. In addition to that, we have not only the alleged charges, but a situation where we're dealing with underage drinking. And for those reasons, the state is asking for the $5,000 bond.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm gonna release you the supervision of pretrial services. Cooperate with them. Remember, no alcohol or drugs, and do not drive without a valid license. Your court date is February 13th at 1:30, and the public defender is appointed to represent you. You are excused.
Roberto,
Hello, what's your name?
Roberto Delgado.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Delgado, you're charged with unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of dangerous drugs. And my information is that you have a probation hold. I have a statement here that I'm gonna read to you. It will be followed up by a question. Please answer yes or no. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. And this next sentence, I'm reading it verbatim from the form. It is not a promise that you will not, that you will be released. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing?
Yes.
Okay. So the state's recommending that I release you to the supervision of pretrial services. Is it true that this gentleman has a probation hold?
Delgado? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, he's got probation hold.
Okay. All right. I can release you to pretrial services, but you're still going to remain there on that hold. No alcohol or drugs, no return to the incident location. And since you're still going to be there, I'll give you the end date, which is February 3rd at 1:30. You're recommended for STEPS, and that court date is February 2nd at 9 a.m. And you'll be represented by the county public defender. All right, sir, you're excused.
Judge, since he's already being held on the probation case, can we just ask for a nominal bond, like $100, just so he can earn time credit in case the STEPS case doesn't go through?
$100.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
excused.
What's that mean? Like, Yeah.
Hello, what's your name, sir?
As in this.
Gutierrez, you are charged with misconduct involving weapons, prohibited possessor, and criminal trespass, first degree. State's recommending that I hold you on a $10,000 bond at a minimum. I'm gonna order no firearms or other weapons. Don't have any contact with the alleged victim and stay away from the incident location, as well as contact your assigned probation officer on the first working day following release. The state's recommending 10,000 with pretrial services supervision. We'll hear from the defense.
Judge, I see that Mr. Diaz is on felony probation, but there is no hold. He's self-employed. He is only at level services, 4 on the NCA scale, 3 on the FTA scale. I'd ask for release to pretrial services. I understand if the court is not inclined to, and if the court is inclined to set a bond, we'd ask for a bond of no more than $25 million.
All right, thank you. We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, not only is the defendant have a prior felony, which would prohibit him from having the firearm, he also has a prohibited possessor conviction, and on which he's on probation for it right now. This incident sounds like it escalated needlessly. So the state is asking for the $10,000 bond plus the pretrial services.
All right, thank you. All right, I am going to set bond in the amount of $10,000, pretrial services supervision and posted. Your court date is February 3rd at 1:30, and the public defender is appointed to represent you. Your excuse, sir.
McFarland,
Hello, what's your name?
McFarland, Jack.
Okay. So you're charged with shoplifting. I'm going to order that you not return to any Walmart store. You are not to possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. Don't drive, no firearms or other weapons.
Yes, sir.
And the state is recommending a $5,000 bond with pretrial services supervision if posted. We'll hear from the defense.
Yes, Judge. So I'd like to challenge probable cause on this case. The only charge that is alleged for Mr. McFarland is shoplifting under 13-1805, which is the one with 2 prior certain offenses. Those offenses include burglary, shoplifting, robbery, organized retail theft, or theft. Here, the only one of the priors listed that would fall in those categories is burglary. 2 of the other ones are theft of motor vehicle, which is distinct from theft. So I would argue that there's not probable cause in this case.
All right. State wish to address that?
Yes, Your Honor. May I have a moment to look at that?
Sure.
And Your Honor, in addition to that, I have a case number that's back from 2017 that's not listed here. I am just taking a moment to look that case up.
All right.
And when I go to look up that particular case, Your Honor, the charges involved in that case are arson, criminal damage, and endangerment. Um, I guess at this time, Your Honor, due to the, I would ask that, maybe he not be held on bond, but pretrial services, but allow the state an opportunity to amend or fix the charges.
All right. I'll release you the supervision of pretrial services with a court date of February 13th at 1:30. Public defender appointed. And the other, and don't go back to any Walmart store.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge.
And, oh, and you released this supervision of pretrial. Oh, I guess I said that already.
Yeah.
Okay. Cooperate with them. Your excuse.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Unfortunately,
Hello, what's your name?
Ronald Rubenacher.
Okay. So you're charged with domestic violence, disorderly conduct with a weapon. I understand there is somebody that notified the court that that person wishes to speak. If you're on the call, please identify yourself and your relation to the case, and then you may talk about conditions of release, not about the facts of what happened. Is there a person online that wishes to speak? Okay, I guess not. I'm not hearing anything. Moving on then. The state is, well, we're gonna order no acts of domestic violence. And let me double check here. No acts of domestic violence, no firearms or other weapons, and no alcohol or illegal drugs. Contact.
And apologies, this is Chris Brumlin. I apologize. I was put on mute, and so I just hung up and called back. But I'm available now.
Okay, all right.
Sorry about that. His family hopes he.
Let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
Contact the
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
officer on the first working day following release. Okay, you may go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Hi, and this may be irrelevant based on what you might have said, but his family hopes he can be held until Monday as we submit our Title 36 petition for an involuntary evaluation. And without that, while he awaits trial, we highly suspect he will immediately attempt to drink himself to death. So please help us.
All right, thank you. The state's asking for a $10,000 bond. with pretrial services supervision. We'll hear from defense counsel.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Rubenacher's 75 years old, level 1 on pretrial services, 2 on the NCA and FTA scales. He has no felony priors. He does have a misdemeanor prior, but his probation ended already, so he's not on misdemeanor probation, at least according to the pretrial services report. He's lived at the same address for the last 7 years, which is a separate address from the victim. Given his lack of priors, and I'm not sure if the court can see Mr. Rubenacher, but he is in a wheelchair, so
Yes,
he's not. Yeah, so he's not particularly mobile. So given his age, his lack of priors, we'd ask for release to pretrial services.
Okay, we'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, the state would like to, of course, note the victim's statement, but in addition to that, we'd like you to also consider the fact that he has a probation DV misdemeanor out of, I'm not sure which court that's out of. So for those reasons, the state would ask for the $10,000 bond plus pretrial services.
Misdemeanor. Oh, that DV was, he's got a charge from November of 2024 and then January of 2025. And probation scheduled in January 10th of 2027. Probation is, I'm sorry, a bond is set in the amount of $2,500. The public defender is appointed. Your next court date is February 3rd at 1:30. You're excused. Hello, what is your name?
He's wanted Simone Tatum.
You've got both felony and misdemeanor charges. Your felony charges are misconduct involving weapons as a prohibited possessor, criminal trespass in the first degree. We're going to order no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from the incident location, do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or other weapons. The state is asking for a $10,000 bond with pretrial services supervision if that bond is posted. We will hear from defense counsel.
Yes, Judge. So Ms. Tatum, according to her pretrial services report, only has one prior that she's already been completed her sentence on. Given that the court set the co-defendant's bond at $10,000, we'd ask, and the different circumstances that Ms. Tatum has with her priors, we'd ask for bond to be no more than $2,500.
We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, Mrs. Tatum has a very similar charge. She doesn't have a prohibited possessor charge per se, but her charge involves a weapon. I believe it's her conviction is for armed robbery. And it's the same incident, Your Honor. We have a situation here that was senseless. And it could have escalated very easily into something more than, we could have seen more than what we did tonight. So for those reasons, the state would ask for the $10,000 bond, plus the pretrial services.
All right. I'm setting bond in the amount of $5,000 with pretrial services supervision if posted. The legal defender is appointed. Your next court date is February 3rd at 1:30. You also have a misdemeanor case out of Tucson City Court. You were charged with domestic violence, criminal trespass, as well as theft. And let me take a moment to take a look at that. Sisters. Let's see this. All right, don't commit any acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or other weapons. Do not have contact of any time with Nikisha Williamson and stay away from her home and workplace and the incident location. $1,000 bond. The city public defender is appointed to represent you. Video review is scheduled for February 3rd at 1:30. And if you post all of your bonds and are no longer in custody on that date, out of custody, pretrial would be February 26th at 9 a.m. You're excused.
Gordon,
They don't fit that one. Hello,
Hello, what's your name?
Jordan Zane.
Okay. You were charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault and 1 misdemeanor assault. Order that you not have contact with the alleged victim, stay away from the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and no firearms or other weapons.
For how long the alcohol and firearms? Well, I don't care about firearms.
Until your case is resolved or unless the assigned judge changes your conditions. The state's recommending a $2,500 bond. And let's hear from the defense.
Okay.
Yes, Judge. We'd ask for a release to pretrial services. Ms. Zong has no felony priors, only level 1 on pretrial services, 2 on the NCA and FDA scales. She's 29. I understand this is Agsal healthcare workers. According to the interim complaint, she was a patient at Sonoran Behavioral Health, which, I mean, to me, I know that just based on the interim complaint, there's not much to argue that she's SMI and this charge would be exempted from her, as the statute says. But given that she was a patient at Sonoran Behavioral Health, I think that is a possibility. And given the fact that she doesn't have felony priors, and she's a lifelong resident of Tucson, we'd ask for release to pretrial.
Just not go back to some.
Let's hear from the state.
Your Honor, the state's recommendation is based off the fact that there are multiple victims in this case, and it is an assault. I have no more to add. I do acknowledge the fact that that she has no criminal history. However, there are multiple victims here.
All right, thank you. 2,500. Public defender appointed February 3rd, 1:30 is the court date. You're excused. Okay, have a good evening, everyone.